What is up, Mets fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Mets'd podcast. Series loss against the Brewers. Not really that shocking. Shouldn't be taken serious from them, but hey, won a game at least. Couple things to talk about here on the pitching side, on the hitting side, Francisco Lindor, all that good stuff. I was in the ballpark for 2 of these games. A little 1-1 split for me. Not bad so far this season. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Mets'd over here on YouTube for the video version of this. If you are a member, you get access to the videos early, so make sure you join if you're interested in that. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drops a rating, drops a review, download it, and subscribe. We appreciate all of you still out there listening to us in the dog days of summer. Talk about this god-awful New York Mets team.
Yeah, god-awful New York Mets team. As we started the podcast, I did a lottery sim on Tankathon. Mets got second.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I'll take 2.
After dropping 2 consecutive series to playoff teams, Mets now have the 5th. I think it's the 6th worst record, but because the Giants can't be in the lottery, I think possibly same with the Pirates, even though our record's better than them. We are 5th right now in terms of lottery odds, in terms of our draft position. And we need to get a bottom 6 pick to not have our draft pick move back 10 spots.
There we go. That's music to my ears, I guess, in a season where we absolutely stink.
Yeah, just what a boring series after a super exciting first game.
Yeah, I mean, just the style of Brewers baseball is boring. It's not a particularly...
I completely disagree with that.
Why? Because they get hits?
Yeah, they're running hard. South
No, they
Frelick
play good baseball. I don't
South
think
Frelick
it's...
has a busted shoulder, and in the 3rd inning of a 4-0 game, or second inning 4-0 game, he's barreling into home plate on a contact play.
No, they play good baseball. This is nothing against the quality of baseball that they play, but I think, especially when they are just so much better than the Mets, to watch a team just, get hits off of you and be better is this is death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, that's how they play ball. They're smacking singles the other way. They're hustling really hard. They make every single play on defense. They
Good
pitch
manager.
well. Really good manager, good bullpen. Oh, yeah, we talk about that, too. I forgot about the Cooper Pratt situation. But, I mean, just the Lindor walk-off moment was nice. The diving play was cool. You were in the ballpark. You didn't watch it on TV. You didn't see the SNY Sopranos moment where...
I heard about it. Just cut the black.
Yeah, he extended, and it was like, oh, my God.
Is he dead?
They shot Tony. But, yeah, that's... It was nice.
Don't stop.
It was nice to see him have that game. He was so happy afterwards.
He was pumped, too. I love to see. I know these games don't matter for us, but it is, again, these guys still care about winning every single game. And it's one of those, really, really cliche, corny things to say, but, it's a culture builder. Like Francisco Lindor making a big play late in the game for Jeffrey Yan, who, again, maybe wasn't the sharpest, but also came into a situation that he cleaned it up pretty well. That was a big play for Lindor to make.
Yeah, really big play. Again, nice to see Jan's on his hands and knees pounding on the grass.
I love that dude so much. Shout out to Josh and Elliot, Pokemon guys that I'm friends with that own a retro video game store in Long Island. Shout out Retro Island Games. On Long Island, whatever. That's how you know I'm not from there. Yeah. Shout out Retro Island Games. But they were at the game. They're one Mets game that they go to a year. Jan comes in. We're hanging out in center field at the Shake Shack area, all that kind of stuff. Jan comes into the game. I apparently didn't even say anything to them. I just walked away and just started watching him. Dieto's you need to make sure that you tell your friends where you're at. You just ditched them. I was locked in. I couldn't wait to see him pitch live.
Yeah, I think you more so ditched her rather than ditch them. But again, what was the vibe in the ballpark like during the win and all the chaos in the late innings?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was kind of full because it's the Tuesday night thing, and it was also Pokemon Go night, so it was absolutely mobbed with people there for Pokemon Go.
Did you get the jersey?
No, you had to buy a special ticket, and I think the special ticket was way overpriced. But
is there a different Pokemon giveaway they're doing?
No, the Mets have been doing a special ticket giveaway thing a lot this year where that Star Wars bobblehead, you need a special ticket to get. You're guaranteed once you buy that ticket to get the giveaway, which is nice, I guess, for the people that want to go late into the game. Did a little pregame tailgating too in the parking lot before the game. Gotta bring that back. It's always a good time.
That's never been a thing for baseball. I know it was a big thing for the Mets because of so much of the Long Island crowd that would drive to the games. That's so much more of a football thing. But I do agree with you. It's just smaller parking lot these days. That's interesting. I feel like that ticket promotion is trying to circumvent the Shkivi guys who hang out by the 7 line and try to offer $20 for bobbleheads and shit.
I believe so. Yeah, because the next game that I went to, game 2, they gave away the Mets fanny pack, which honestly, killer giveaway. It's embroidered into the thing. It's a really nice fanny pack. But Tuesday was pretty packed. Again, the $5 promotion's always great. Got me a couple beers and some hot dogs, and then you get the $10 off from the tickets. Vibes were good in the stadium. The walk-off was great. People were chanting, "Let's go Mets." The vibes were good. I think the people that are in the stadium right now, especially late in the games, those are the real Mets fans.
Yeah, and there were definitely 2 calls out by one Gary and Keith and on Wednesday night, and then also by Howie and Keith Rad on Thursday night. Just like, hey, all you guys listening, watching out there, thank you guys. This is game 133/134 of a completely lost, miserable season. Really cool that you're all still taking this in, or sad that you're still taking this in every single day.
Another cool thing that happened during that Jan, or in game one when Jan came in, was because we're in center field, like, right where the 7 line kind of does their stuff in center. If you stand and watch from up there, you can actually hear Gary, Keith, and Ron during the game while watching the live baseball game, and it's synced up, which is kind of really cool, something that you don't get very often. And something that they mentioned was how during a game in like a pennant race, Jan would have definitely walked the righty instantly to face the lefty for the more advantageous at bat, even though it would have loaded the bases. But they loved that Andy Green was like, go get him. Like, go get your outs. End it here. Don't make me have to have you put someone on base and face that guy.
I mean, we've talked about a lot how it's very clear that this team right now is prioritizing player development over making the exact perfect right decision to possibly win a baseball
going
game.
Austin Warren in that game to close it out when Kodai Senga very well could have just been that guy.
I think it would have been 3 out of 4 days for Senga. And I know when he did back-to-back is when he gave up the last. This was another back-to-back to him, so I understand that. Even, like, giving Brett Beatty a few innings at shortstop.
Yeah.
Like, situations like that. Like, it's very clear that's happening. This also came on the heels, as we're going to bounce around. Wednesday and Thursday were not really great games. We're going to pick and choose other things to talk about from those games that are interesting. Still want to talk about Zach Thornton, but a report late on Wednesday night from Chelsea Janes, SNY, that there's beginning to be a little bubble, a murmur about Andy Green possibly becoming the so far not taken mantle of general manager in the Mets organization. And we've been talking about that actually a little bit in the Mets'd Discord. Rob was on that. I'm sure they'll probably talk about that baseball prospectus or something, but it makes so much sense for him to step into that role. One, now he has unbelievable leverage, being a really good manager, being beloved by the media, being seemingly adored by these players, being kind of this perfect potential liaison between David Stearns and those two, I don't know, those two groups. And then also
great consigliere.
Yeah, great consigliere, having a relationship with the next manager. Definitely wondering about the power there between those 3 guys when a new manager is hired, depending on how big of a name the manager winds up being. We think it could be Alex Cora, but I think if the Phillies want him, he'll go there instead because it's a better team.
Although it's going to be tough for Don Mattingly's kid to not bring him back.
I mean, maybe everyone goes, but it just makes so much sense. I think it's a great role for him because while he's been great as a manager, I think he will still excel in the front office role, and I love that report.
I ultimately think, too, he probably doesn't want to be a manager because the travel is just insane. Like, when
you're
the GM like that, like, you don't have to go on the road every single time you have a series.
Go when you want. You're like, oh, fam, do you want to come to L.A.?
Yeah, San Diego? Sure.
You guys want to hang out in San Francisco, Seattle, not St. Louis? Like, I don't know. Like, it's a
Kansas City.
Take the 3-leg road trip through the Midwest, ending in Arizona. Like, it's very, very different lifestyle to be the general manager versus the manager. So cool for him if that's actually something in play. And again, I think he's absolutely perfect for that.
Yes, and then talking about, again, a little more in this game, Zach Thornton was great again. He just continues to pitch quite well every single time he goes out there.
Yeah, I like to see him get the extra tick of velocity. He's now been sustaining something like that for most of his last few starts. He also forced a swing and miss with 6 different pitches, which is very cool. So he continues to try and widen out this repertoire. I also just love that when he's right and he's getting to that inner half against the righties, he really does bear down and working the fastball, the cutter, and then dropping some of those backdoor like sweepers that he's getting that nice horizontal movement on. He just gives you righties a lot to think about inside. And then once in a while, when he wants to sneak the changeup out there that he's working on, when he wants to sneak the sinker out there if he knows he can locate, like it's cool that he's a lefty who's able to play both sides of the plate like that, because without a super elite breaking ball or without like a real like pull the string changeup, he needs that. And it's cool that he can do that. And he's ahead in the count all the time. He went out there with Kyle Harrison, 2 lefties who were just buzzing hard stuff. Like, the
game was flying. I think it was like the 8th inning, and it was about 2 hours into the game. We're like, damn, this game's flying. And then, of course, extra innings.
Yeah, those both work fast. Thornton does work fast. He has nice pace to him. I mean, Miz has a great pace to him, too, on Thursday.
These are all the guys that came up. Like, they didn't have any non-pitch clock time ever.
That's true. A lot of good pace on that. Otherwise, stuff in this game. So, being in the ballpark on Wednesday, did you get any of Mike Breen?
No, got none of it. My dad was texting me that it was awesome.
It was like the coolest thing ever. It felt like, I tweeted it felt like when we were kids and they did the Jimmy Neutron, Timmy Turner Power Hour.
Banger tweet by you. Banger tweet.
I was just like, it's so weird watching this happen together. Like, and then seeing all the content about it. You called Keith. He said, every era I had my favorite player. Keith, you were my favorite. Keith got like one. He got choked up for a moment. Then he was like, tell me why. which was super
Shook my
funny.
ego.
Yeah. And then he called them like the best booth in the history of baseball, or like up there with the best booths in the history of baseball. Said it was one of the proudest things he's ever done in his life. People to sit in that booth. He also told them, and they were cracking up about it, that it was a big booth. Because I think when you have those NBA booths and you're dealing with the national broadcast and the radio people, and then he talked about the scrunching of courtside seats, how it's like you're on top of everybody here and you can hear everybody doing everything next to you, and you have to kind of stay focused in on what you do yourself. He talked about managing announcing in bad seasons. The guys were kind of like joking and lamenting about that together.
I heard he mentioned that he was great friends with the Lion when they went to Fordham, which is something to note.
I missed that one.
Big friends with the Lion, which makes sense. I mean, honestly, two of the voices of two of the biggest brands in all of sports, I could see why they were probably friends when they went to college. And then also, when Lindor made that play up the middle, the spin, my dad said that Breen made a very, very tongue-in-cheek comment, like, how old is that guy again, by the way?
He also... They asked him. Basically they do the podcast just in the booth.
Yeah,
they're like, who are the players that were like the most approachable, the most impressive, and like the most intimidating? And Breen was like, Jordan was a tough guy to ever speak to, and he just praised Jalen Brunson, being like, this guy is such the real deal. The way he goes about his business, the way he treats everybody. It was nice. It was really nice to hear him say that. And wait, I just had another one. I just lost it about what Breen was saying. I don't know, it was so nice to hear him. Oh, one of the funniest things is that he did a few innings in the booth. He left towards the later innings, and it was a blowout. Gary and Keith did like the baseball card bit they haven't done all year, blowout games. Was talking nonsense about players from the 1970s, and then they panned to Breen still in his seats in like the 8th or 9th inning.
Nice.
And they're like, you see that guy's real Mets fan. He's here in like a 9-2 game or whatever it was. He's not going anywhere.
Nice. I like that. But that is a real Mets fan right there, staying the whole game.
One of the things that I wasn't very good at was playing Major League Baseball. One of the things that I'm really good at is sweating. Even now, when I'm not playing, I need hydration. I need to make sure it's convenient. That's why I choose Quince.
Yep, Quince electrolyte stick packs to the rescue, Kratz. They taste great, and the zero sugar options are stevia-free. They're keto approved, naturally sweetened with fermented rice. And like everything Quince does, they're thoughtfully made and priced well at $20 for 30 servings. They're less than half of the leading brand. Give your body what it really needs to stay hydrated. Go to quince.com/foul for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/FOUL for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/foul. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Yeah, definitely. That was very cool. Otherwise, I think another story from this game is that Robert Stock got brewered. He also got hit hard. They just went like 6 straight singles the second inning.
I mean, he mentioned it too after the game where he was like, I'm out there and I'm throwing. He goes, it's like saying 94. He was like, I thought I was throwing 96. And he's like, that's a problem. Like, clearly I can't really just throw 94 out there because I'm going to get shelled. It feels like we're probably in the realm of maybe 1 to 2 more starts max for Robert Stock. I think not because of the quality of player he is, but we're just getting to the September call-ups, the expanded rosters, and I think the Mets are probably going to just do more looking towards the future, where Stock really was just kind of how many can you give us until we can get there?
Yeah, Anthony DiComo had an article that came out, I think it was today, just before the game, that Stock's going to make his next start, and then he dropped the fact that they think Tong gets the spot for the final month of the season right after that.
It should be him and Wenninger.
Yeah, it's just at least just one of them, or bring both of them on the roster, let them piggyback off each other, let one of them piggyback off somebody else. Like, just let them get big league innings and see what's going on there.
Yeah, because we gotta at least have a better idea of what they could look like at the major league level going into next season.
Yeah, at least the opportunity to do so, even if it goes back to being like Didier Fuentes or some of these other starting pitchers who, Chad Patrick, do the abbreviated roles. Just rip it.
And then also, sneaky, because Dustin May got absolutely fucking drilled by an A.J. Ewing line drive in the first inning.
Pitch.
106. I was at the game with, again, Deanna, and, she was like, what happened? I was like, you missed it? She's like, it was the first pitch of the game. What do you? Yeah, I was looking down. I didn't think something was going to happen. Absolutely smoked. But then Robert Gasser came into the game, and that changed the day that he was going to pitch, which means we got Miz, because originally we weren't supposed to get Miz, right?
Yeah, it wasn't. And that's interesting, too. The Brewers basically told Shane Rowan and Robert Gasser, we're probably going to part down from a 6-man rotation to a 5. Be like, we'll see.
Yeah, figure it
Like
out.
they were like, both your roles are going to be fluid this week, and then I think someone's going to stick in this rotation. It's so interesting how they handle these pitches and how much they kind of wear the obscure roles on their sleeves. Like first pitch of the game, Gasser comes in, threw a great game.
He did pitch a great game.
Like that was some big pitches to get through AJ Ewing in the fourth when there was still only 4, 5, 1 or 2, and the Mets were challenging. Lindor was on deck with men on base. He doesn't throw very hard, but he still threw one past AJ Ewing, who the bat's been ice cold for Ewing lately. I know we
Very
talked
cold.
about it last episode. Last episode's been in and out for you guys, so apologies for that one. But we have like a 500 OPS in his last 30 games, and I do wonder, he's continuing to hit leadoff against all right-handed pitchers. I think at this point I'd probably take him out of there, just let Lindor do it and see what's going on, especially when Soto got back. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. But I do wonder if the way he's hit for the last 2 months now, if he does go into next season as like the absolute, no doubt, full-blown everyday player that he has been during what's been mostly a lost season.
Yeah, I'm going to say no, but I don't want that to be mixed up with me thinking he is not an everyday player. I think AJ Ewing is a great baseball player. I think he will be very, very good for the New York Mets organization in his career. But I don't think it should be a given that coming into April he plays every single day, including against the tough left-handed matchups. I don't think that's where we're at with him right now, having seen the fact that it's definitely catching up to him. There's going to need to be an adjustment. He's still incredibly young, still way ahead of schedule, and I am not even slightly worried about him, but it does make me feel more and more and more confident that Luis Robert's going to be back on this team in 2027.
At least to some degree. And again, Ewing, no matter what, is still going to be one of the best defenders on the field. No matter what, he's always going to be one of the fastest players on the field. He's taken the step as a base stealer finally. He's 13 for 14 since July 1st in stolen bases. He swiped 2 on Wednesday night. So a lot of these things are coming together. And even when he's bad, he still draws the walks. He still squeaks out infield hits, finds ways on base.
His
That's
at-bats
important.
aren't bad either. He's just not like getting the production.
No, and he's definitely not a leadoff hitter for a team that's a playoff hopeful team. Probably not. And he could walk into spring training next year, massive steps be taken. But
Yeah, 22, shocker.
yeah, it is just like I think right now it's difficult to go into next season expecting like to project AJ Ewing for like even a 730 OPS.
Yeah, we just need to see that next level of improvement right now.
Yeah, like it'd be cool if AJ Ewing's a league average bat. We're going to be having that conversation heading into next year. Like be a league average bat and probably hit 6 or 7.
And that'd be great.
Be fantastic.
That'd be great in a lineup that has good hitters.
And again, long way to go. We have to really have those
People
conversations.
are going to hate we said that, by the way.
I don't think so. I think that people are watching Ewing and being like, "Oh, this guy hasn't hit in months."
All right, maybe people are just going to say that I hate that I said Robert's going to be back on this team andEwing's going to lose a little playing time because of it.
Robert takes sensational at bats every
Of
single
course
time he's
he
in the
does.
box.
He's a
right
good
now.
baseball player.
He's been awesome. Jared Young also continues to take great at bats. Sean Manaea, I don't know what happened with that throw to first base on
That's
Thursday.
crazy.
It was like as Gary and Keith were talking about how sound the Brewers are and how they don't make any misplays. The following inning, they had that play that bounced off the first baseman's glove into the second baseman. I think that was David Hamilton playing second, who was unbelievable defensively after making the error on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I know.
And then the whole time, Miz is sprinting to first base and gets there perfectly with a second to spare the cover and actually make a stretch on a throw. I'm like, this team is awesome. And Howie, I've been trying to listen to more Howie just because,
Of course. It's
right
the
at that time
end.
here. Him and Keith Radford yapping on when the game was pretty out of hand on Thursday. He was funny. He was talking about he's been just shitting on the press cafe food, the media cafe, nonstop.
What happened to Kim?
I don't know. It's been a while since we were in there, so it was funny. Then he was talking about how back in the day there was a lot more booze involved with the in-game, the press situation. How when he was doing Yankee games way back when, he was like that coaching staff was Billy Martin, Elston Howard, Yogi Berra. Like those guys would stay in the press box late after the game. it was cracking up. Hey, listen, him talk about that, just relentlessly shitting on the food back
That's
there.
crazy. That's nuts.
It was like there was booze and the food back then was a lot better too.
Could you imagine if there was booze in the press box?
I don't know.
As
if
two guys who
every-
have been in it.
I don't know if any. I mean, I don't know if many announcers were drinking during games. We've heard that some of the few old school guys left, especially like an Al Michaels.
Yeah.
He likes a stiff whiskey, like sometimes during the second half.
And he doesn't eat vegetables, right?
He's never eaten a vegetable.
That's sick.
It's not that he doesn't.
my
He never
hero.
has. He eats steak on a dish and then with a whiskey.
That's my life.
Not the whiskey, but maybe the whiskey, but not whiskey.
Yeah.
But it was so funny to listen to him talk about that. God, I'm gonna miss him. I'm just catching these innings and these like chunks of games here and there. The guy's still the best.
There was something that I wanted to talk about. Brewers, good baseball. Oh, man, good podcasting. You said it, and I lost it talking about Howie right before him. I don't know, about good baseball just in general. Like Pat Murphy, talk about Cooper Pratt a little bit too, keeping
Yeah,
him
he's
accountable. A little bit of a bloop down the line, right field line. Cooper Pratt washed out of the box. Never would have gotten a double. He's not a superhuman. He's not the fastest person to ever live. But didn't sprint immediately out of the box. Pulled from the game immediately. People on Twitter seem to take exception to it, even though no players, no coaches, nobody in the baseball world that actually matters a damn gave even the slightest of shits. And in fact, everyone was like, it's the right move. Cooper Pratt came out and talked about a right move. What did you think about it, James?
I agree. I thought the biggest thing to look for in a situation like that, where there's discipline from a manager to a player, a coach to a player, when we're not in the locker room, is how the player responds. The fact that Cooper Pratt was like, "Yep, he was right. Will never happen again."
Yeah,
and
that's why you do it.
It wasn't like this kind of thing where Pat Murphy was like, "This is like a doghouse." It was like, "No, you're out of this game. You're back in the lineup tomorrow." It's just like, I liked also that Pat Murphy kind of was really fair, but also like judicious in the way he described Cooper Pratt in his career right now. He was like, this is a player who, takes good at bats, runs the bases well. Like, that's his role for this team right now. He mentioned the fact specifically that Pratt didn't get a bunt down his previous at bat.
Yes.
That he let the pitch go down the middle. He's like, oh, don't know why I didn't bunt that one. Like, he was like, basically, like, it was building up that a player that's there to do the little things well wasn't doing the little things, and you need to let him know that those things had to be done well. That was a great manager move.
Bella, where? I don't know where Bella is, but I know how to take care of my pup.
Kratz, while you find Bella, today's episode is sponsored by the ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program. The ASPCA Pet Health Insurance Program offers customizable accident and illness plans that can fit your budget, your lifestyle, and even your pet's particular quirks. Because let's be honest, vet bills can add up fast. And when it's time to submit a claim, it's easy. Just use their app and receive reimbursement for eligible vet bills directly into your bank account so you can get back to focusing on what really matters, your pet. To explore coverage, visit aspcapetinsurance.com/FOUL. That's aspcapetinsurance.com/FOUL. This is a paid advertisement. Insurance is underwritten by either Independence American Insurance Company or United States Fire Insurance Company and produced by PTZ Insurance Agency Limited. The ASPCA is not an insurer and is not engaged in the business of insurance.
Unrelated, I remember what it was.
Huh?
Got to the ballpark early on Wednesday again because wanted the fanny packs. So I was in there, got to see some BP. Bryce Terang took one of the most impressive BP sessions I've seen in a very, very long time and then hit a home run in that game, and I called it again. I was at the game with my girlfriend. I was like, he's going yard right here, and I'm kicking myself I didn't bet it. He absolutely pissed on that ball.
Again, this Brewers team, like, they play against bad teams like the Mets, and I'm like, yeah, they are just absolutely unstoppable. Mike Petriello put a good graphic out on Twitter on Thursday that the Brewers, by far, one are the only team in baseball with as team-wide average attack direction to the opposite field, and it is far to the opposite field. The Mets are actually the closest, barely a pull side attack direction.
Don't love that.
Yeah, but every other team is drastically to the pull, basically, besides the Mets and the Brewers.
Interesting.
Yeah, but this is just, I watch this Brewers team play, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like I
just don't.
When Mizorowski's on the mound, I go, yeah, of course they could beat anybody in baseball because he's a fucking freak. He's ridiculous. I watch everyone else and I go, yeah, you play a cleaner game, but I don't really know if you're like miles better than any other team in Major League Baseball. Like you're miles better than the Mets. That's not really an accomplishment. But going up against the Dodgers, the Braves, the Phillies, the Cubs, I think at the best for the Brewers, it's 50-50.
Yeah, the Brewers are unbelievably sure-handed defensively. They get everything. It's like the whole infield is shortstops, the whole outfield center fielders, and it feels like that when you play against them.
They did that one game where they put Andrew Vaughn at third base, and they said never again.
They've done it a few times here and there. I think they're really trying to find more ways to get Thump in the lineup, which they should be. They're also just like, they run the bases with their hair on fire. Like, balls in the gap are off the wall. They're not at second. They're on third.
Yep.
And that's a big thing. But I'm very curious about what's going to happen once to this lineup in the playoffs. Like, can Terang and Jackson Chourio and William Contreras be pieces? Same with Jake Bowers. Can he keep this going? Can the bottom of this order incite enough chaos to be worthwhile? And then two, Mezrowski is, to me, the best pitcher in baseball right now. I don't even think it's honestly. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not close, but he's the best pitcher in baseball.
It's honestly not.
And then, but between Henderson and Harrison, the H brothers, who've both been awesome this year. Harrison pitched well against us on Tuesday night. He's a tough at bat, but these are the kinds of young pitchers who aren't battle tested for the playoffs and who don't have the widest repertoires, who don't have the most overpowering stuff in the world, especially not overpowering fastballs. Neither of them really have They both have unorthodox repertoires.
They also kind of do, like, one thing that the Brewers do so well, they do kind of protect their players and put them in situations that are going to be very advantageous for them, where in the playoffs, you don't have the ability to do that.
And that's what I'm saying is a big deal for them, I think. Even though they have the super bullpen, they're going to have tons of ammo to get through games if starters don't go deep. I think it's a big deal for them if those guys are more of these, like, six-inning playoff pitchers than, like, 4-inning playoff pitchers.
No, they need the 6.
Yeah, and again, they don't like. I don't know if they need it because it's more about the lineup for them, and the bullpen's unbelievable, and they're going to have all these length guys to go in between if the guys get in trouble early. But I just do wonder if you get into a playoff series. Like, there's tweets out there about like this is one of the best playoff threes anyone's going to have. I don't know
About
if
the Brewers?
yeah, like, I don't know if I see that yet from Harrison and Henderson. I think I need to see more from them to understand what their stuff's going to be like in October.
They didn't like Kyle Harrison faced the lineup like a third time through.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they still do that, and like you said, they do protect players. They play a great regular season game. I watch the team, and like the guys were talking about this too in the booth. Like, all I'm thinking about is what they're going to do in October again.
And they might be the 5th best team in the playoffs in October in the National League, in my opinion.
I don't know if you could say 5th best. I mean, it's possible you could say that, but
Like,
I don't know if I believe that.
They're probably 4th. They are better than the Padres. I think they would take the Padres in a series.
I thought you meant 5th. Like, if it was 4 teams ahead of them, theoretically, it'd be hilarious if you said the Cubs because they can't beat them in the regular season. But
No, but I think the Cubs are better than them.
I would like to see the matchup again. Last year went down to the wire
Yeah,
in a
do it
5-game
again.
series.
Yeah, we'll bring it back.
Let's get those teams to play again right there. That's what I want to see. Other just things from this series, blah, blah, blah. Soto was running on the field, so it looks like he's back next few days.
Celebrating, too, that Lindor dive and play. Hates him.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Hates his
Soto's
guts.
It's a big part here. Bichette fouled the ball off his foot. He missed the last 2 games. Say it's fine. He'll be back probably this weekend.
Yeah, it's fine. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Otherwise, I got 2 media marvels here. One of myself before we get to the series preview.
Yeah, all right, hit me.
So first one, I don't know if you guys follow Anthony DeComo on Twitter. I hope you do because he's one of the best followers for just consistent Mets news. He did a very funny tweet on Tuesday afternoon. So Anthony DeComo put up a picture of this like very clearly AI generated image of like the Mets and the Brewers mascots fighting with the lineups beneath them, and it was like like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat style of like energy bars, KO, like let's fight versus. And he goes, pretty awesome Mets Brewers lineup screen in the visiting clubhouse at Citi Field. And people were like, dude, I don't know.
So painfully AI.
Yeah, I don't know if he was being tongue in cheek, knowing that he was going to get the engagement, or if he actually thinks like this is pretty awesome. But like it was just kind of like it's kind of like the cringy stuff that your guys' parents or uncles might think is really cool because they love AI.
I think he's at that weird age of like the online literacy thing. Like he's starting, I think, to not be very like hip to online culture, and AI is like a major part of that right now because within maybe half a second of when you saw that, you're like, oh, AI. That's AI. Like the
But
Mets.
he knew. He can't not know.
I think there's a world he didn't know.
Really?
I think he's at that age where it's a weird online literacy thing. Like he's late 30s probably, DeComo?
Early 40s, maybe? I have no idea.
Late 30s.
He feels like an older millennial to me.
I feel like I have cousins that age, and I feel like this is like a blind spot for everybody that age. Like they grew up on MySpace. Like
Yeah. Oh, he definitely grew up on MySpace. But it was just like, but that's why part of me thought, because sometimes DeComo does know how to like play it. I thought he was like just going for the engagement, knowing that people would freak out, and it got quote tweeted to hell. I got in on it. Over
AI slop.
This is the ratio in this tweet's insane. So 900 likes, 350 retweets, most of them quote tweets, 400 replies, 2.2 million impressions.
Whoa.
Yeah, it got absolutely massacred. Another one, our guy Darren from the 7 Line got in on it too, being like, "Oh, you guys don't like this AI?" And people are like, "You run like a graphics company?"
Yeah, no, it's people hate AI. People are not liking the AI stuff. I mean, there's
AI graphics especially.
AI graphics is tough. I get it. People want it's taking away a job from somebody.
It is. Like we use some AI graphics sometimes.
Yeah, everyone uses AI on the internet at some point.
Yeah, I think it was the pretty awesome part of the caption. I think that was really really especially funny about it.
Yeah, that's such a funny when's the last time you think you said something was pretty awesome?
I say pretty awesome a good bit, but I try not to say it like in my professional life.
That's fair.
Try not to call things awesome
Publicly.
I'd rather say that's sick. Like I don't know, but that's just also me being an old Gen Zer. Like that's kind of or like young millennial, wherever we land on that whole generation spectrum thing.
Well,
I was wondering,
marvel yourself now.
yeah, a little bit. So A buddy of ours, Tyler, was at the Yankee game on Wednesday, and he was just shocked by the fact that the Yankees now have StatCast sliders on the scoreboard, and they're seemingly updating the sliders per batter to get the best things for their hitters. So for Luis Garcia was at the plate, and they had expected WOBA, expected slugging sliders on the board. And I'm pretty big nerd. I love the data. You guys listen to this podcast for a long time. I love nitty-gritty bullshit like this. I thought this was a bridge too far. I think this is crazy that we're going to be sitting at a baseball game and like I don't know, like Joe and Steve are there who just work in Manhattan.
From Massapequa?
They're like, what the fuck is XWOBA?
Like, we talk about this sometimes. Sometimes you got to be a little stupid in baseball. I think there needs to be a little stupidity in the game for it to, like, truly be what makes it special. I think be smart, make informed decisions, but a little stupidity is sometimes necessary to kind of even out what can be, the David Stearns effect at times.
Especially, like, I think that there's such a spread right now between the way people interpret the game of baseball, between us who, like, live and breathe it all day long. There's this section of people on Twitter I didn't even realize that are just complete savant heads who all
Which
they're
is
doing
wrong.
Yeah, I think that's wrong too, but I think those kids will grow into learning about the game in a more holistic way. I think also, like, I probably went through more of a phase like that when I was younger, getting into this stuff for the first time.
And I was more the opposite. I was old school when I first started
Batting
making baseball
average.
content. Batting average. I was that. Batting average, RBIs. I still value those things, but there's a appreciation for the other stuff.
Yeah, like people were commenting, like, I'd rather see the X slug and the expected WOBA than things like home runs and RBIs.
Shut the
I was
fuck
like,
up.
not really, dude.
That
Let's-
makes me
what-
want to push him into a locker and give him a noogie. It's
But, like,
shut
that's
up,
what the
nerd.
game is. Like, especially, like, you want to kind of bring people into this slowly. You want this to be more understood. This is the way the game works now, and you want people to know that. Like, the Yankees, I think, were one of the first teams to put OPS on the board. I remember, like, a year or two ago, that was like, oh, that's a good idea. I also think similar to them trying to promote their own players because they have bad batting averages as a team.
Yep.
And, like, I OPS is the one that should be out there supported. Like, I like
100%.
exit velocities, barrel rates, bat speed. When you see the IVBs and the horizontal break on the board, I think that's all good, too. But I think we're getting a little too... I'll lose the plot a little bit, being a little too nitty gritty when we're trying to explain X-WOBA to our friends and they start falling asleep in the fourth inning.
I'll tell you this, I couldn't explain it. I didn't care. It's something that X-WOBA is the blind spot for me. It's something where I go, I probably could learn something from it. There's a lot of things that I've learned from baseball over the time. My takes have been relatively informed without knowing what X-WOBAcon is.
I mean, X-WOBAcon is very different too. But X-WOBA is basically just like taking the exit velocity and the launch angle, like the vector of every single batted ball, and then saying how effective that ball is going to be in, like, getting hits or creating runs.
Sure.
Yeah, and, like, X-Slug I think is like a silly one too. Where I'm like, I just don't care.
X-Slug
Like,
is stupid. That's a dumb one.
at least, like, if barrel rate was up there, I could tell you, like, a barrel rate is when you hit the ball on the barrel and it's between a line drive and a fly ball and it's hit hard. That's
Yes.
a barrel. We like barrels. Like, oh, I can explain that one. We're X-WOBA. I just said the word vector. I don't want to say the word vector when I'm at a baseball game.
That's never a good way to get. So why do you think I don't give a fuck about it? Vector.
And, like, that's like OPS too. We should be getting everyone OPS. OPS is, like, still the best analytic that there's ever been.
Without a doubt.
As many other stats as you can create and drive down, like, the predictive value of OPS is still hilariously high.
Hilariously high, and it still uses slugging percentage, which is completely made up.
Yeah, which is a very funny thing in general.
They're
you
like
can
a home run is 4.
And, like, instead of the old days where it was like 300 batting average is good, we could just be like 800 OPS is good. And that
Yes.
could be a very simple idea and number to get more people invested in what's going to be the next era of baseball. So it's overcomplicating it. Again, the youngins got on me for that one, the day of the youngins. I
got unked.
I got a little unked, but I was also on the side of, like, a lot of the online baseball people I hate. So I was like, it's probably
that's
maybe
tough.
I either didn't word this right or maybe it is a bad take. You guys let me know how bad of a take this was. But I was just like, I think most people were on my side, but it was kind of funny to deal with, all these little Gen Zers who grew up with StatCast when we had to learn baseball the old-fashioned way. Damn it!
Can you even believe that that people are interacting with you online that grew up in the Statcast era? That's their life.
I remember, like, when I learned what StatCast was, and it was like a year or two old. I was like, oh shit! Like, this is
cool.
It's fucking sick. The first time I went on Fangraphs, I was like, whoa! Oh my god!
Like, what is this?
But yeah, like, the fact that, like, the sliders have been available for, like, since these people, like, even understood, like, baseball stuff. I was like, it feels like a lot.
Feels like a lot. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Good week on the internet right there.
All right, let's go ahead and do our series preview of the Houston Astros. Rare, Mets and Yankees were both home this week, and the Astros just get to stay in New York, stay in the hotel for the entire week. Astros fans, who's got better than you, could catch a ball game at 2 different stadiums.
I mean, the Astros also coming in a weird spot. Before this road trip began for them, they fired their general manager,
Dana Brown.
which was maybe a long time coming. Jeff Bagwell's been like seizing power like for years on that side of the organization, just taking it over. And now that Dana Brown's gone, Jim Crane appointed himself the president of baseball operations, which just seems what a rush that would be.
I mean, can I think of another Texas team that has had an owner do something similar and has had no success? Who could that be?
You think you called Jerry that day?
I think there's a good chance.
You think he? I mean, I
think he might have offered Jerry the job.
This would be really cool if he stays the president like through the offseason. Then I would really have respect for this.
Then you're in. He's like, fuck, if we're going down, it's because of me.
I'm literally the captain now. And then while that was happening, like some legit Holy Roman Empire shit, they told Joe Espada he's done.
Which is crazy.
Teams winning the division. They told him, their active manager, you're not coming back. You could do whatever you want to do. And he went to his fellas. He's like, I'm rolling it out with you guys. We're going through.
So if they win the World Series, which they're not, but if they win the World Series, Joe Espada's going to be a manager for another team next year.
I mean, if they win the division, right now they're in first place to do so. Pole position to do it. And
Saddest division in baseball.
Saddest division in baseball history. No one's ever won a division in baseball with an under 500 record.
There it is. Someone asked me that the other day. I was like, I think the Padres won one 81 and 81 in like the 2000s.
No, they flashed it the other day. It happens in football because there's fewer games, and I don't know. It gets now with the difference with the balanced schedules. If you played your division more, you just win more games because the team sucks so bad you'd be over 500.
Yeah, and the NL is just dunking on the AL.
Destroying the AL. It's terrible. But
we got pitching matchups.
Pitching matchups this series, Friday night. Fun matchup. Few of my guys here. We're going to watch this one out in Tahoe. We're actually going to be landing as this is happening, so we're going to see what's going on. Christian Scott versus Hunter Brown.
Those are your guys.
Those are my guys. Brown's not having a good stretch right now. Saturday, 4:10, Nolan McLean versus Christian Javier.
A couple of my guys.
Sunday, Peacock game, NBC game. Shout out my guys over there. Zach Thornton versus rookie Ethan Pecco.
Who?
Ethan Pecco, he's a prospect organization. He's out of Towson. He's got a bunch of good breakers. But he's a nibbler.
Not a base. That's crazy.
He is. I'm telling you. Against Thornton, who's just strike king.
Yordan Alvarez is the best hitter in baseball.
He's been a little cold lately.
Oh, no. He's going to be unbelievable this week.
I mean, it's Triple Crown watch for Yordan right now. He is, I think, 1 or 2 RBIs behind Pete Alonso. He's coming down soon. 1 home run ahead of Junior Caminero, and I think still has a pretty clear best batting average in the American League.
Yeah, he's hitting 322. He's got 1051 OPS. I don't think it's updated for tonight, but that's going to play no matter what you do.
He has a 322 batting average. Next best in the American League is 308. So unless
he's got that on lock.
He's got that one on lock. It's going to be about holding off Caminero, who is 1 home run behind, like I said, and Pete Alonso heading into play they're tied in RBIs.
Dalton Varsho's been stinking it up, but I know he's going to do something in this series.
Yeah, he's going to do something. Jeremy Pena just caught another injury on Thursday night, so I'll see what happens. I just got the fancy notification. I don't know how bad it is. I can check that out right now.
Paredes has been great.
Paredes is awesome. Christian Walker's been solid.
Could be the Mets first baseman next year, Christian Walker.
Christian Walker, the second most difficult player to name search on baseball Twitter behind Jesus Made. What's going on with Astros? Astros seems just really weird. They seem dead in the water. They got good enough. The Astros win the American League West on pure grit, determination, and just mental domination over their division mates.
That's like dynasty tax. Like it's like you're still the Astros. Like the rest of this division's got nothing.
I feel like they've just like emasculated the rest of the division for so many years that it's hard for these other guys to actually get over the hump against them. The Rangers did once, though. Give them credit for that.
Yeah, they did once. It's difficult when the Mariners have a humiliation ritual kink. So like,
I don't know what goes on. That's like the meme where it's like this storyline, that storyline, Mariner storyline. It's like SpongeBob into the crypt chamber.
Yeah, you know when it was over when they started fucking crying, winning just ALCS games. So that's when they had no shot.
It was when the dudes in the flannels were crying. It was bad look for the Mariners fans. But otherwise, again, this Astros team, they're so weird. They hit. Josh Hader's been really good. Brian Abreu's had a weird season, but he's good again. Hunter Brown just can't figure out the breaking balls right now. He should be good, but he's not. Christian Javier, we better take batting practice off him because he's got absolutely nothing left.
Oh, can't wait to see Kai Wade Tang.
Yeah, Jose Altuve also, there's very little left in the tank. He's heated up lately, but there's very little left in that
He was playing the Yankees. He had to get hot.
Yeah, Kai Wade Tang's all right. He can mix it up.
We obliterated him. What was it, last year? I think I was watching that in your pool.
Yeah, I think you were actually. The Astros also just learned about platoons like a few weeks ago. They brought Taylor Trammell now starts against the righties, and they pulled Lamont Wade to also play against righties. They're like, oh, these lefties actually hit the righties.
What happened to his numbers? Wasn't he playing so well?
The Astros were just playing all righty ball for the first 3 months of the season.
I like that they just chose to play on hard.
Yeah, Jeff Bagwell was like, you know what? I think the lefties can see the righties better. I feel like I remember that when I played. It was funny that they yanked that one out lately.
That is an absolutely hilarious sentence. But yeah, I mean, this is the series.
Yeah, again, if you guys want to get to Citi Field, good weekend to do it. We have these 3 home games against the Astros, 3 home games next weekend against the Giants, and then after that, it's just 7 more home games left.
Tuesday against the Orioles. What is that? What we said?
Yeah, Tuesday, September 15th. Mark and I are drawing the line in the sand right now. That is going to be Mets'd Up Community Rotisserie Chicken Night in the upper deck at Citi Field.
So for those of you who don't understand, you can bring food into the stadium, whatever appropriate way is allowed. Again, we'll do some more research as to what's the proper vessel to bring in a rotisserie chicken. But bring a rotisserie chicken, come meet us in the upper decks. Let's have some beers and chicken.
If anybody wants to, be a mensch, if someone wants to try and bring rotisserie chicken in either this weekend or next, and let us know if the vessel that comes in from the grocery store works, we will give you something.
Yeah, something. Split a
We'll
beer.
give you something. Yeah. We'll try to get. We both have a bunch of ticket vouchers. We'll try to get some of those together for some of you guys.
Definitely.
We'll get an official word in the Mets'd Up Discord about who's intending to go. So join the Mets'd Up Discord. Mark might remember to put the link in the description.
It's a
for this.
late edit. There's a no shot.
No shot.
There's no shot.
All right. So if the episodes I've edited in the last 2 weeks, the link's been in there.
Better chances when I see you at the airport tomorrow. If you get there before the doors close, then
I'll be close.
then remind me to put it in the description. Then
Yeah, I mean, there's not the same rush going to LaGuardia. It's an easy Uber.
it's so easy.
Yeah, but yes, and again, a lot of people I know want to see Pete Alonso. People were asking us to do it Monday night because they want to be Pete's first game. I feel like that's just going to be more fanfare and more expensive of a ticket. Tuesday has the cheap beer, so we figured that's just going to be a better night for some community.
Yeah, and another reason to go to a Mets game besides seeing Pete Alonso. Hopefully, we got some Frankie Peppers for us to end this episode.
Oh yeah, we got Frankie.
Thank God, I missed Frankie.
Yeah, we need Frankie here. Frankie Peppers coming at you right now.
Gentlemen, this is Frankie Peppers. How you doing? So I changed up my look, boys. I typically wear a mustache and a beard, full head of facial hair, full face of facial hair and full head of hair. I haven't lost that yet. And I shaved off my beard. So I thought it was time for a change, and I think I'm liking it. So my hot take is that you should, change up your look sometimes. It's more fun than you think. And my question to you, gentlemen, is when was the last time you shaved? Especially you, James. Okay, thank you, boys. Let's go, Mets. Hope you're doing well.
Great question.
Oh, it's been so long. I haven't fully shaved my face since I was 18 years old.
There's a lot of people who don't know you without a beard. I know you without a beard, can't remember it.
Yeah, we were children, but
Yeah, I don't remember it slightly.
Yeah, when I was in college, well, one is just underage. I wanted to go to the bars, so I was like, I knew I could grow a beard, so I was like, I want to grow one. But 2, my dorm had a No Shave November contest, and my roommate was like, dude, you will destroy this contest. You have to do it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I've never grown out the beard, full beard, and kept it for a long time. And then there was some dude who just lived on the floor above us who was just a dickhead. And he was like, I don't know. He was like bragging about how he's going to win. I was like, oh, okay, fuck you.
Watch this.
Yeah, and I just dominated him in that contest. There was some stupid shitty gift card award I wanted. And then I was getting into bars, not getting cards. I was like, oh, I can't do this. My roommate's like, no, you got to keep that. And then I haven't clean shaven since.
Yeah, I've never even come close to a beard like that.
No, so it's been almost this October, this November 1st will be 12 years of beard.
It's crazy. You haven't seen your chin in 12 years.
No, but I think when I used to shave my face, I used to get irritated. I feel like the face is just meant to have this beard.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I mean, I think my wife would like it if I shaved at this point.
Really?
I think she'd be like, no, I don't know. I think it'd be.
Oh, I thought you were saying she would like it.
No, I think she wouldn't. I think it'd be jarring.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree. I was like it'd be a new person. You ever see
There's
those videos of the kids?
Yeah, with the dads.
They start crying.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that now. My grandma asks me to all the time. I don't even think I could though.
That's tough. It's your brand now too.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really dramatically changed my look in a while. I just sometimes let the hair get crazy and then just take it back to a neutral level. You've looked the same for
My
entire
entire life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a simple man. I get the same haircut every month.
You've never even changed your look a little bit.
No. I you know what my big change was? I stopped getting a buzz cut because I was no longer 11. And
Yeah,
I just
that's a big one.
I got haircuts now.
Yeah, eventually we might get some new clothes or something.
I don't know, that's DC's job.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out at some point. But yeah, Frankie, I haven't changed the look in a while. Good on you for changing the look.
And good on all of you guys for watching this episode 45 minutes in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Mets'd Up over on YouTube. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, download, subscribe, give us a review, rating. Follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draftnik Mark. Next time you see us is pre-recorded. The next time you see us after the Astro series, probably going to be pretty drunk together recording in Tahoe. So I can't wait to see what that looks like. We'll see you guys then. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Let's go Mets.